Hey, what's up guys, Max here. We're going to be looking at Arcade and just kind of covering some of his features that I think are actually pretty cool, and just kind of giving my thoughts overall on the champion. Been playtesting him for a few hours now, on and off throughout 2 days now. And overall kind of figured out a couple of cool little tricks and using him offensively. I do see some defensive abilities inside of him, especially the auto block, and that is available as a defender with 3 tokens and more. But again, it's a feature that you can easily just kind of work around by just parry heavy or just heavy countering them, to be able to remove those tokens, because that's how they fall off. So if you're aware of that, if you could do that easily, then you don't deal with the auto block feature. But if it wasn't as easy to do, then maybe that was a thing that would make him a very interesting defender, especially because of his immunities, right? So very quickly at the beginning of the fight, he's got pre-fights, and those are actually pretty cool. A feature, like a utility that has, allows you to do more fights. Fights that usually you wouldn't bring him to, where you would need him to be incinerate immune or poison immune or shock immune. So those are going to be pretty good, I think, overall for Alliance War. I think if you are in a competitive Alliance War alliance, having this guy is not going to be a bad thing. 6-star Ascended is probably what you're going to be needing, because most people in high tier wars are going up against rank 3s and so on, right? So, but for Battlegrounds, I do see some usage for this guy very quickly, and the reason why is because it's going to be dependent on the meta and what Kabam decides to put for the next following seasons, or any season in between, whether it's the victory track or the gladiator circuit, whether it's week 1 and 2 or 3 and 4. Ideally, I've been thinking about this, and really there's no bad champions, because Kabam has whatever the designers made when it comes to the champions, they have the power to make this champion even great because of the node, But what I want to show you guys is kind of like what I think so far is his playstyle. We're going to be going up against the Cyclops, little class advantage feature here. So one of the things you want to do is work on pushing the opponent to the corner. And the reason why is you do set up a trap in the corner, and here we are. I think that should do it. With the special one, it applies he's in the booby trap. And now we are just cashing in those poisons, by the way. And then we can go there. That's one thing I want to show you really quick right now. I'll do it again after he launches special, is check this out. You see that? We can hold our heavy and not worry about it, because he's not going to... we can auto block whatever he decides to do. Look at that. We can auto block the special. Very cool feature. And that's one of the things I wanted to point out there, right there. So as soon as you push the opponent to the corner, launch a special one, you activate the trap. And while he's in the body trap, I believe that's what it's called. Okay, so I know you guys can't see this, but let me see if I can show you real quick by taking off my face cam. It is 49-second fight. That was pretty fast. Obviously there's a lot of bleed, incinerate, shock, and poisons being dealt in there. Poison was 37% on Cyclops, so a lot of the poison came from that, like being trapped in I forget exactly. The one is called a body trap or booby trap. Let me get you the exact names on what they're actually called. So the one that he places on the corner is called the body trap, booty trap. And then the poisonous cloud trap. So one of the things here at the bottom, it says after exploding the booty trap, it goes on standby for 20 seconds. Okay, so while the opponent's inside the poisonous cloud and they're stunned by the explosion, which is when you actually do the heavy and put them there. So I should be reading the bullet point before that. If the opponent is not performing a special attack and they're on top of the booty trap, Charging and releasing Arcade's heavy attack causes an explosion and passively stuns the opponents for 3 seconds. So that allows two things: him to stay obviously in that trap, and then also to the poisons to add up and add up. So it does go on a cooldown, but part of that cooldown as an attacker, this expires 15% faster per unique personal damaging debuffs on the opponent. So obviously if he has a lot of poisons, it's going to expire a lot quicker. You can kind of redo it a lot faster. But the reason why I went with the special one is because of 2 reasons. The special one pushes your opponent further into that and also activates the poisonous cloud, which is another trap, right? After the second hit of this attack, deploys a poisonous cloud at the opponent's location, which is, if he's in the corner, you're going to apply it in the corner. And so you're going to be able to explode the booty trap, right? So electricity hits inflict shock debuffs, dealing 1700 energy damage. Now, this is an ascended Arcade, so he's dealing a little bit more damage because of the ascension. Also, the other thing you saw me launch there towards the end was the special 2. Now, I didn't go with the rotation of like getting him all the way close to a special 3. I actually prefer the special 1 to be pushed into the traps and then keeping him there, and then being able to, again, hold heavy. I don't know if you caught that, but hopefully you did catch that. Hold heavy, because I can auto block any attack from whatever defender there is, as long as I have 2 or more tokens, I believe. And that is right here in this bullet point. With 2 or more Arcade tokens, Arcade also has a 100% chance to auto block attacks while charging or releasing his own heavy attack. Now, you do lose some tokens for this, but again, if you have the trap set up in the corner, the poison is giving you more tokens to be able to kind of repeat this system. So let's go back in there and do the heavier, tankier health pool of Cyclops. This is 848,000 health. So it's not going to be as fast, but we can kind of like showcase a bit more of what I was talking about. So here again, we are going to work on pushing this guy. We're going to have to evade Dex and proc basically 1 of the specials, maybe 2 actually. Let me see. And now we can launch special 1. So he's in the booty trap, and now we place the trap itself and we stun him. He's in there for a while and he should be able to launch a special. And now we easy look at that damage, guys. It's pretty nice. So we're gonna go with special 1 again. And he's doing really good. Actually, we ended up launching a special 2 there accidentally. Okay, let's trap him again. And one thing I'm not doing, which I want to showcase, is I want to hold my heavy. Okay, and bam, look at that. Look at that. And it's okay if I hold it. Shoot, I mean to do that. So here we go. Look at that. Doesn't matter, because guess what? One of the things I wanted to point out here really quick, and I didn't really talk about it, is that the AI holds block. So as you're holding the heavy, I've noticed this, it doesn't happen all the time. So you don't expect this to be like 100% of the time. But in a lot of the champions that I was testing this on, the AI would just sit there and hold block as you're holding your heavy, just because they don't want to get hit, right? It's built into the AI to hold block. So you can actually use this towards your advantage and get more poisons while he's in that trap. But I will auto block whatever attack he does. And by the way, I don't know if you're noticing this, but the AI, ooh, okay, that's one thing I'll talk about right now really very quickly. So this is something else I did not talk about, just kind of continue with the video. But I noticed that the special 2, you have to tap the special 2 immediately. So when you end with when you push yourself to 3 bars of power, you can end with a 4th light attack. And if you do, it pauses, it removes the special 3 and allowing you to launch a special 2, but you have to be incredibly fast. It is something maybe with practice, obviously this is a new feature for me as I was testing it out. I launched that special 2 into the block an enormous amount of times, and until I was like, okay, the timing needs to be there. So as you learn arcade and you do this, you're probably going to end up launching special 2 maybe once or twice into the opponent's block, and just know that that's a thing. You got to be fast and you got to learn the timing of that special 2. Really quickly, the AI ends up not really dashing at you when you hold the heavy. I don't know, it's something built into him. Okay, let's go special 1. Dude, this fight is freaking fun. Again, you can trap the opponent and kind of trap him in the corner. Look at that. You see that? You see how he's not doing anything? And you can auto block that, not a problem. Let's go with the special 1 again. Make sure the poisonous thing, we're at 13 poison. Oh shoot, I didn't mean to, I wasn't ready for that. I was still looking at the poisons. All right. Okay, so I was looking at the poisons. I was so caught up on how many poisons. I was trying to look to say how many poisons there were being added. But overall, I think, did you guys enjoy that? Let me, I just noticed my mouse is right in the middle of the screen. But 2 minutes for almost a million health, 800,000 health. 48% of that damage was poison, 8% of incinerates. I didn't really launch any special 2s, but most of it became from the traps. So again, being really, really good when it comes to his damage debuffs. So here's where I was thinking where he becomes even highlights a bit more. And this is one of the things that we might fall into, and I talked about this in the live stream, is wanting a champion for the what if potential. Again, Kabam putting out a note saying, hey, these features, damage over time features, basically are improved or enhanced on these champions because of the node. So if that were the case, or you need some kind of immunities, he becomes a really good asset, becomes a really good champion. So his damage is not crazy high. You're not going to see crazy crits. But you are going to be seeing some very interesting usage. Like the utility with the auto block feature and being able to just hold the heavy and just tack on that poison is extremely fun. I found that to be very enjoyable doing that. Again, putting the opponent in the corner. Depending on the most opponents, you're going to be looking at dashing the special 1, or if you're afraid of dashing a special 1 of a specific opponent, then you're going to be able to hold that heavy and auto block it. Now, not all opponents are going to be, you're going to be able to do this little trick on, and that's because, some of them require Korg. You need to remove the rock stacks. But I think in Battlegrounds, obviously it's like taking that Korg with the champion. That's not ideal. But having him be able to do it, with some practice and, like situations like that, right, where he's not the best for that champion, I think you're going to see players kind of if they have him in their deck, using them. Okay. Now, defensively, again, going back to the defense side and conversation of things, I don't see him to be amazing because that auto block feature can be removed by just a simple heavy. Yeah, I don't know. I thought he was going to be a little bit stronger for defense. That's one of the things that I was more excited for personally. I know a lot of us don't agree on having a lot more defenders this year of 2024. It felt like towards the end of the year and this year we've had it. I even talked about it, but thinking about it, I think defenders is what drives this game, and it's what drives that figuring out passion of how do I overcome this, and sometimes we need that. So yeah, not a top defender for me, even though he gets rated highly up there by Kabam, but maybe we see ways that he does become a top defender. Let me know your thoughts on this. Let me know what you think about those auto block features that I think is pretty cool. And I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.